Are we ready for the fast food draft? I will be honest, I have put a lot of effort into this. So
That is
this here
awesome.
this could get intense.
Yes. Okay. Let's set this up. So this is not just a fast food draft of like our favorite fast food chains. This is the premise here is we're both drafting five fast food chains. These are the five fast food chains in this hypothetical world that we
Yeah.
have to eat at for the rest of our lives. We cannot eat any other fast food chain for the rest of our lives.
Right.
Obviously, this is hypothetical, but it is
Mhm.
a fun exercise. And we wanted to just do something a little off topic, just for fun. Um,
Sure.
Sounds like you put a lot of work into it. I also did a lot of work into it. What was your,
Mm.
before we flip to see who goes first, what was your thought process on like kind of creating a big board a little bit?
You got to look at teams, not teams, franchises, brands. We're looking at brands. You got to look at brands that you're comfortable with, that you have a lot of trust in.
Mhm.
So like there's certain brands that you go to one and it's drastically different than the one just down
Mm.
the road. And the consistency overall, because we are viewing this like I have to eat at these five restaurants for life. Like these are
Yeah.
all I get, just these five. So you want consistency. You want to be able. You want to like a little variety on the menu is nice sometimes too. Certainly later down on the list, like the 4 or 5 area, be able to kind of hit a couple of different things because you're trying to get
Mhm.
as much as possible into these five.
So you're not drafting like five burger places.
No, cannot do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Yeah, even if the value is there, you have to. It's like a literal NFL draft. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
best available may not be what you're taking. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Absolutely. Okay, let's just get into it. So I got a quarter here. Ashton, heads or tails?
Tails. Tails never fails. Yeah.
It is tails. So you have
Okay.
the first pick, and I'll just set it up before you pick. I had a clear number one
Yeah. Me as well.
based on value.
Yeah.
Ashton, with the first pick in the fast food draft, you take who?
It's Chick-fil-A. It's Chick-fil-A,
Okay.
and it always was. I think this was a runaway number one for me. It's we you talk about the quality from one to the next. I mean, the customer service alone is
Yeah.
fantastic. I really like. Yeah, the menu is everything there is solid. Everything
Yeah.
there is solid. There's nothing that they make that's bad. Yeah, I like it. I know I went chicken only for the first, which like some people may hit back at me for. They have some ice cream on the menu as well.
I was
I
gonna
yeah,
say they have like good shakes and stuff too. Like and
right.
they're kind of light. Like
Yeah.
you can just go and get a wrap or like some nuggets or something like
Mhm.
that. You're just always going to have a good experience at Chick-fil-A.
Grilled or fried. I thought that was
Yes.
key. So yeah, no, honestly, the coin flip was a big deal because I was always going Chick-fil-A one. I think I asked a lot of people like, where are you going your top five? Like, where are you going number one? Chick-fil-A was almost the first name for everyone. So yeah, big for me.
I feel like that would be probably the most people would agree with you 100%. I actually had a slightly different take. Chick-fil-A was
Okay.
probably my number two. Um,
Okay.
I'm going Taco Bell with my pick.
Mm,
And I might actually enjoy Chick-fil-A more than Taco Bell,
hmm
but there's plenty of chicken options out there, and there's nothing else like Taco Bell. And I know that no matter what I get at Taco Bell, it's always going to be, I'm not going to say great, but I'm always going to enjoy it. Like it's got a clear floor. You can always
Yeah.
douse it in hot sauce if you don't love it. Um, and there's nothing
Open.
quite like Taco Bell. And you can go there, like, usually when you're craving fast food at 10 p.m., like it's probably Taco Bell that you're craving. That's my
It's what's
experience.
open. It's what's open
Yeah,
too. Yeah, like the opening late. That matters. That does matter. I think that's
yes,
that's something that needs to be considered.
sure.
Yeah. All right. So for me at two, and there's a lot of for me number one. If I got the number one pick, it was obvious. I was going
Hmm.
Chick-fil-A. That was a no brainer. I'm gonna kind of take a this is a yeah okay this is a little maybe outside where most people would think. I'm going Panda Express at
Ooh.
two. I think you're mixing it up. You're throwing a little different vibe in there, obviously.
Hmm.
Not just American food. It's not just a sandwich or chicken or pizza. You're throwing a little something out there. I think that's interesting. I want diversity. Like
Sure.
again, these are the five that we're going to for the rest of our life. I want some diversity. I want to make sure that I get the best diverse option available
Hmm.
going with Panda Express.
I don't know if I would have drafted them, but they were definitely like one of those, one of those
Yeah.
3 through 20. Like this is going to be difficult. Like especially our last
It
couple
is.
picks. I have not determined who all of my
Okay.
draft picks will be.
Okay.
Oh, this is so hard. Because like, and I'll
Mm,
say one of the things that I'm looking at is,
yeah.
oh man, no, I'm not. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save what I was about to say for a later pick because I'm not picking who fit that description just yet.
Oof. Okay. Okay.
You kind of took the probably the top chicken option off the board with
Agreed. Yep.
Chick-fil-A. I
Right.
don't know that I always like Chick-fil-A the best of the chicken options, but it's always probably the safest and like the best service and
Hmm.
all that. But
Hmm.
I'm going with Raising Cane's with my next pick. Um,
Oh,
I really like Raising Cane's, and it's key to me. It's key to me that you can get them kind of wherever. There are times when Zaxby's is better.
yeah.
Um,
No doubt. No
there are
doubt.
times even like I don't know if you eat Bojangles. I recently had Bojangles for the first time and loved it.
Yeah.
Very much confined to the southeast, and I
Yeah.
like to go all over the U.S. Um,
Yep. Sure.
Zaxby's, I'm still not eliminating them from the rest of my picks, but Raising Cane's is a little bit more of an option across the country as opposed to a little more specialized. Zaxby's is a little more southeast, a few
No
in
doubt.
Utah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Raising Cane's I felt like is just a very good option. Not quite as prevalent across the country as Chick-fil-A, unfortunately, but probably the next best thing if you're looking for something that you can get across the country.
Okay. Yeah. Don't hate the pick. I think like you mentioned Raising Cane's, and they're obviously always going to be compared to Zaxby's, right? Like that's a
Mm-hmm.
very similar style. But Zaxby's can be better than Cane's for me sometimes. I think the key is sometimes because kind of going back to the consistency thing, it's not always. Like I had some,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just some Zaxby's experiences that just weren't always good. So yeah, no, don't hate that at all. I think yeah, you're looking for a good chicken spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Raising Cane's I think was the best left there after Chick-fil-A. Yeah, no problems there. Okay, to me at 3,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and get a burger joint.
Okay.
I'm going with Culver's. You have to hear me out. You have to hear me out. Culver's is fantastic. You go with the butter burger, you get cheese curds. They have some like the concrete, like the blizzard type options. Fantastic. Also, they make their own root beer, Culver's root beer. It's unbelievable. You're looking at burger spots. For me, there's no better fast food burger. Yeah, get out of here with the Whataburger stuff. It's okay. It's not great. Five Guys, forget it. Not having it. Jack in the Box, I've heard some of that out there. No, no, not happening. We're going with Culver's. A lot in the Midwest, and you could have told me that, like, oh, it's only in the Midwest. It's only one thing. They're branching out now. There's
Mm-hmm.
Culver's everywhere. I like it. They're here in Georgia. They're in Florida. They're going places. I like the pick. I was scared it wouldn't be here. Culver's, Chick-fil-A, like for me, those are fantastic spots. You mix that in with a little bit of Panda Express. I really like my top 3.
You were right to be worried that it might not be there because that was literally my next pick. I
Yeah,
did not think the Southern boy would take Culver's. Um,
fantastic. By the way, I spent some time in the Midwest, and
yeah,
I guess that's where I spent a couple of years in the Midwest. That's where I got started with it. They've got it going on. Like
they
that is
do.
it's fantastic. Like I don't think it's talked about enough. It's not just better than the other burger spots. It's so much better than the other burger
It's
spots.
like
Like
if you
it's
combined Dairy Queen and Five Guys.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like that. I like that. The ice cream is also underrated. The ice cream, the root beer, very, very good from Culver's. The cheese curds, I think I already said that once.
yep.
They're fantastic. So yeah, I really like great value there. I saw the look on your face as soon as I said it. You were definitely going Culver's next. Feel good. I
Oh
feel good to have this. I think I'm winning the draft so far. I feel like I'm winning.
man, that's rough. Yeah, you are. You got Chick-fil-A and I have Raising Cane's, and you got Culver's, and I just don't think there's a burger place that's close that also has the same level of ice cream. And there's no ice cream place that has the same level of burgers and apps. Yeah, excellent pick by you. My hat's off to you. As the Midwest guy, I
Mm,
figured I would have that one on lock.
Mm.
Yeah. So excellent choice by you. This is difficult because there's a lot of places I could go next. I still have 3 picks remaining, and there's a few that I want, but I'm not sure if any of them are worthy of the of my number 3 pick. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Just real fast. Where are we with In-N-Out? Like, okay, because In-N-Out, a lot of people have that up there. Again,
Yeah.
we're East Coast guys. I've still had In-N-Out. I'm sure you have as well. It's what do you think? It's a burger spot. It's still there. You need a burger spot on your list. What are you thinking?
So I've had In-N-Out like once in my life, and I liked it. Um, I don't have their map pulled up. I have a lot of maps pulled up of the U.S. of like locations of these franchises. Do you have that one pulled up by any chance?
I don't. No, I don't. Yeah.
I was thinking it was a little more limited with In-N-Out. Is that accurate or not?
Yeah, no, it is. I know they don't really come east. Like as far like for me in Georgia, like I have no chance of getting one locally. Yeah, it's mostly a California joint. They do have, I think they have some in I've had one in Arizona before. They
Mhm.
probably have, so you're in Colorado, they might have one there.
They just opened one in Colorado Springs like within the last year or two, and so that's yeah. I've had it. I've had it there. Other than that, so I'm looking at a map now. It's California heavy, Arizona, Nevada, Utah, and Texas, and then apparently now Colorado. Like
Mm,
that's about it. Like you're kind of looking at the Southwest.
right.
So for that reason, like I don't know that I can take them.
Okay. Okay. But do you like the food? Like what do you think of the
I
food?
liked it. Yeah, I didn't think it was anything like far out way better than other burger places. Um, but yeah, solid option.
Yeah. Okay.
So for my third pick, I'm gonna go ahead and take an old reliable. Um, you took the best ice cream place. I'm gonna take the next best ice cream place. They might be better on ice cream, but they don't have the rest. I'm gonna take DQ, Dairy Queen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, you can
Solid.
get burgers there. You can get some chicken sandwiches and some wraps. None of
It's
that is
solid.
like amazing, but it's good, and their ice cream is really good.
Yeah.
You're just never gonna go wrong with ice cream from DQ. Yeah, like I wish I had Culver's. I would like that better. I feel like I'm taking all the second place options for your first place options.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I'm at Taco Bell, Raising Cane's, and DQ. I do like that I have Taco Bell. Like I kind of got the fake Mexican place, and you have the Chinese place. Like as far
Right.
as fast food.
Right.
So
Diversity. Yeah.
what's your preference on those two? Whatever. Yeah. So before we go to our final 2 picks apiece, you got Chick-fil-A, Panda Express, and Culver's. I got Taco Bell, Raising Cane's, and DQ.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are you going next, Ashton?
Okay. And by the way, don't hate the DQ pick at all. Dairy Queen is, I think, always solid. Like you
Yes.
know what you're gonna get. You're gonna have really, really good ice cream. And they have underrated burgers. Like it's not a Culver's
Sure.
burger. Not much else is. It's still for fast food, really good burger and universal, man. DQs are
Yes.
everywhere in every town. So yeah, they're everywhere. I like that.
They're
I think
good
good
at what
value
they
there.
do.
Good value. Yeah,
Yes.
good value there for you, especially having to scramble there. Okay, I'm looking at pizza and subs.
Ooh.
I'm trying to hit both of those spots. I'm okay. You're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to work through this one a little bit. You can go like a Jersey Mike subs. I'm not a big fan. It's okay. It's not
Mhm.
fantastic. Definitely not for the rest of your life worthy. It's not.
Mhm.
I also consider throwing in something like a Krispy Kreme. Like just,
Mm.
I know it's donuts and coffee, but man, it's good donuts and coffee. Like, and if that's for the rest of your life, like, are we going to be okay with that? Like, I thought about something like that. I think I'm going to stick with some subs. I'm going to go with Firehouse subs.
Oh
That's
man, that's a good one.
yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the trigger on Firehouse. I think there may be. Now, I'm not going to say underrated, but I think there's good value. Good value there for
Yes.
Firehouse. I've never been disappointed. I really like the warm, like the toasted subs. I think they're fantastic. So yeah, it was better than Subway, obviously.
Solid sweet tea.
Right. Yeah, no, that's true. Better than Jersey Mike's, obviously.
Mhm.
I wanted to go ahead and check that one off. So yeah, I'll go ahead with Firehouse. That was my number 4 pick.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that pick. That's a very good pick. I think if we're just talking like favorite sub places, it's Firehouse for me. Like
Hmm.
they were definitely on my short list. I'm not sure if I'd have gone there next, but they were on my short list, and I don't hate that pick for you. Like it
Mhm.
definitely is one of those picks that knocks an option off for me. Put it that way.
Okay.
Oh man. Um, so I'm gonna start thinking out loud a little bit here. I'm gonna list some of the places I'm considering.
Okay.
Um, I still have like there's a little tiny part of me that would love to put Zaxby's on there, but it feels a little bit specialized, and I already have Raising Cane's.
Right. Sure.
I still need a burger spot. I have DQ, so I can get a burger there if I need to, but it's not necessarily like Wendy's or Five Guys. Sonic is on my list as a possibility. I do think they're kind of similar to
Yeah.
DQ because one of their things that they do is ice cream, of course.
They do it very well.
They
Yeah.
do. My other options, you took Firehouse. Chipotle
Yes.
is an option for me.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
it's
Let's
hard to
go.
go wrong with Chipotle.
Very good.
And then my other option is Arby's, um, just for something different, like it's a different kind of sandwich.
Okay. In full disclosure, if you don't take Chipotle, I'm going Chipotle next pick. So
Yeah, I mean, it feels like the right pick. I think before Arby's got rid of the loaded Italian sub, like that might have been my next pick. I gotta go Chipotle. Like it's just
okay.
there's other places that are somewhat similar to Chipotle, but none of them that are as
Mhm.
far reaching
Mhm.
or as just like consistently good.
No.
Just a very consistent good option. You're never going to be super disappointed at a Chipotle. Um, you're never
Yeah.
going to regret going there. Um, yeah. So I know you already said you would have taken them next.
Mhm.
This is maybe one area where I might have a bit. I feel like in a few ways, like we have a few options that are, obviously we both have chicken. We
Yeah.
both have kind of the ice cream slash burger. You kind of put your chips into subs and Chinese, and I have my chips into Chipotle and whatever you call Taco Bell. um,
Yeah. Right. Right.
so when we put this out there for people to vote, like I do feel like a lot of it will come down to what people prefer between kind of those options.
True.
Um, what is your
True.
last pick? And tell me where you're going. Like what are all your options and what's your last pick?
Pizza, like I love pizza, right?
Okay.
And I want something from there. There's nothing better than a good slice of pizza, especially like watching a football game. It's just a staple, right? Like
Mhm.
it's just really a staple, especially like in kind of the idea of a pizza, like it's the value is good, like for the price, like you can get a really it's a good meal. Like I'm
Mhm.
all in on pizza, so I have to go with it somewhere. The options are Domino's, Little Caesars, Pizza Hut, and Papa John's.
So do you consider all of those to be fast food?
Wouldn't you? Or no? Like I just have them on my list, so I'm assuming that they
Mhm.
are. Would you not? You would consider only Little Caesars.
I th- to me, Little Caesars feels like fast food pizza.
Okay.
I don't know
Okay.
that the others feel like fast food to me. You can't walk into one of those places and be out in 5 minutes with your food
Mm, hmm.
unless you
Okay.
ordered ahead of time, which
No,
obviously
that's
then it's
fair.
pickup.
No, no, I agree, and that's a whole different thing. Like if you're going with that, you can go like Buffalo Wild Wings. You know what I'm saying? Like you can
Right.
anything's available. No, I agree. I think no, good move. Go ahead and put the rules in place. Something I looked at, like I didn't get Chipotle, but I could go something like Qdoba. Was
Sure.
I don't know if you've had Cookout. Again, kind of a southern thing. Cookout open super late, open 2 3 a.m. Yeah, really good food. A lot of bang for the buck there. Um, Ooh, that hurts losing the pizza. Okay, I'm gonna have to scramble here. Well, I'm
Sorry.
gonna no, it's fine. It's fine. Rules are rules. Um,
By the way, in the comments, tell us if you think that Papa John's, Pizza Hut, and Domino's count as fast food or not.
is Panera Bread fast food,
Ooh.
or what are we thinking there?
Oh man, that's such a good question.
Like I could go either way on that one.
Because that's really that's really good food. It feels kind of like a cross between fast food and a sit down place,
Mhm.
right?
Right? Yeah.
Oh man. To me,
I do.
I don't want to
I
crap on it. Like to me, it feels slightly more sit down than fast food, but
okay.
you could probably convince me of fast food.
Okay. I do like how no, and I would agree with that first and foremost. I think you're probably right. I'm not going to take that one. I like how none of us went with McDonald's, Burger King,
Yeah.
Wendy's. They're so bad, dude. They're so bad. Like it's you could the amount of times that I've had McDonald's willingly is very low. Very,
Since I
very
was 10
low.
years old, yeah, or 15.
Right. Burger King, even worse. Like it's yeah. Wendy's, I can kind of get there sometimes on Wendy's. It's yeah, it is what it is. Um,
My hot take on McDonald's is that the things that they do the best are not actually their burgers, which is what they're obviously known for. It's the other
right,
things.
right.
They're sometimes they used to have the snack wrap. They need to bring that back. Like that was excellent.
Yeah,
The fries are
yeah.
good, I would say. Um, I'm trying to think of it. McFlurries are good.
Mm-hmm.
They have frappes. You could buy 3 frappes at McDonald's for. You could buy 3 of them at McDonald's for the same of one at Starbucks. Like,
Yeah, right,
um,
right.
so there's a few things they do well, but burgers are not one of them.
Yeah, no, they're not. Hey, something that we didn't mention was how good Hardee's or Carl Jr.'s, depending
Sure.
on the location. But like I'll consider that just one. It's one
Hmm.
franchise or one brand. Sorry, how good those burgers are.
Yeah.
Underrated. Like if I'm going fast food burger and Culver's isn't available, like Hardee's is probably like my next best
I'm
option. Like
thinking about
I
it.
think they have really good burgers.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I like that one a lot. Okay, I need to go ahead and finish up. I'll be honest, I'm a little panicked here.
Sure.
Let's go ahead and can we just list off both our first four
Yeah.
from
So
both of us?
you have Chick-fil-A, Panda
Mm-hmm.
Express, Culver's, Firehouse Subs. So you got your chicken, you got your burgers, you got your
Yeah,
subs, you got
yeah.
Chinese.
Mm,
I've got Taco Bell, Raising Cane's, DQ, and Chipotle.
mm-hmm.
So I've got whatever Taco Bell is. I've got Chipotle, which is also kind of its own thing. I've got my chicken, and I've got an ice cream kind of burger. Like, I'll just, before you make your final selection, like, I don't have subs yet, and I also don't really have a true burger spot. So my final pick will probably be one of those two. Um, yeah, I can only pick one. Like, I can't pick both a true burger spot and a sub spot.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
As far as what you're missing, of the available things, I mean, you could go something similar to Chipotle, like Qdoba, like you mentioned, but that also might be a
Yeah.
little more limited. Um,
Moe's. Yeah, Moe's.
yeah, you're kind of looking at, if you're going to something, I mean, I don't know how you feel about Arby's, but you kind of have a lot of your bases covered. So props to you on your first 4 picks, quite honestly.
Well, yeah, no, I was looking at Arby's. It just that feels really high though, huh? For Arby's, like Arby's, how many times have you went to Arby's and been like, "This is better than I imagined"? And it's for me, it's not much. Like it's
It's
good.
their curly fries and their Arby's sauce. Like that's why
Curly
you
fries
pick
are
Arby's.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, you're right. Curly fries are fantastic, but the roast beef has never blown me away at Arby's.
sure.
Is where I'm going. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take Moe's. I'm gonna go with Moe's,
Okay.
similar to Qdoba. Moe's it's just a little bit more accessible, at least in my area. I'm gonna go with
Moe's
Moe's.
Southwest Grill, is that the full
Correct.
name there? Yeah.
Yep, you got it. It's yeah, pretty much a knockoff of Chipotle. I really would have rounded out a great top five had I been able to put in Chipotle.
Right.
So yeah, I also I punted on Little Caesars. I like the fast food pizza place. It's not great. It's not great. If for pizza, it's pizza, but it's
If,
still not great.
by the way, if we say that Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Domino's are not fast food, then you can still order those for the rest of your life. So you're good.
Right. Right. Yeah. True. True enough. Okay. Yeah. I guess I'm going with Moe's. I do think I might be a little bit niche. Like, if we're doing voting, I feel like I'm like Culver's. Like outside of me and you and the Midwesterners, we do have some Midwestern people that listen to the show, but it's not like super out there. It's like kind of like a hidden gem a little bit, at least for those of us not in the Midwest.
I should have maybe gone Culver's with my number 2 pick because you weren't going to take Raising Cane's after you already had Chick-fil-A.
I wasn't. No,
Um,
I wasn't.
that was a misstep on my part. By the way, for those of you that have not had Culver's, it really is like it's the best of both worlds. You have amazing ice cream and you have
Yeah.
amazing burgers, and you
Yeah.
also have really good appetizers. Like just all
Yeah.
of it. It's just really good. So eat at Culver's if you haven't. I'm still jealous of that pick.
Mm,
That's the one that's going to keep me up tonight.
okay. Okay. Yeah. I was
I've
proud
never
of
eaten at
myself. I
Moe's,
really
so
was.
I can't tell you anything about Moe's. I've never eaten there, but I do
Okay.
feel like one of the things I was looking for was like, are these places available in a lot of places? Like, I have Taco Bell,
Mm,
Raising Cane's, DQ, and Chipotle. I can eat basic if I'm basically in any town in the country, I can find a place to eat fast food, right?
right. Right.
Um, the one thing I'm a little concerned about is if I travel internationally and don't have time to go eat good local cuisine, like, and that's why like I'm still considering Subway. um,
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
there's
But the quality. I mean, Subway doesn't have as good of a sub as a lot of these other options on here.
yeah, but I've never been like, man, I really was disappointed by my Subway experience. I've had better experiences at Firehouse, but
Sure.
you know what you're getting with Subway.
Right.
So, and because of that, you're not going to have overly high expectations, and so you're
Mm,
not going to be disappointed.
hmm.
And there's also more Subways in the United States than any other fast food franchise, even McDonald's.
Correct. They're
Um,
everywhere. They are absolutely everywhere.
Small town USA has a Subway, every single one.
Yeah.
Um,
It's true. It's true.
I live in a town with like 16,000 people, and we have 3 Subways.
We have, there's a little town next to us, dude. It doesn't even have a stoplight. They've got a subway.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And you can travel internationally, and you'll find Subways internationally as well. So that's like the one thing that's still keeping them an option for me. Um, it's them or a legit burger spot, which is probably
That's a smarter
again
pick.
like
Yeah.
like if you're talking availability, it's probably Wendy's for me. Just
Yeah.
I like their burgers better than McDonald's and Burger King. Um, and also they have Frosties. Like you can never go wrong with a Wendy's Frosty. Um, oh, this is so hard. Do I go Sonic or Five Guys? What would you do in this situation?
The okay, Five Guys for me has always been overrated. I've never really
Sure.
enjoyed Five Guys
Okay.
that much. It personal thing, whatever. Sonic sometimes. Sometimes it's great.
I have DQ, so there's no point in taking Sonic, right?
That's kind of where I would be. I would be much more likely to go something a little exotic. Say you go like pull the trigger on, I don't know if you're a Starbucks guy, something maybe like Krispy Kreme. If you want to go Canada, Tim Hortons, go to Timmy's, something like that. I'm just saying, like you can, yeah, kind of spread it around just a little bit more. Maybe take a shot somewhere. Have you ever had Jimmy John's? Jimmy John's
Yeah.
a thing. Not bad if you're
But
looking
if
for
I'm going
subs.
subs, it's going to be Subway just because of the availability. Like
Okay, no, yeah, I
anywhere.
don't hate that. I don't hate
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
There's a little part of me that wants to go like Zaxby's or Bojangles just because it's kind of niche. Like, and it's good chicken. But I have Raising Cane's. Again, I'm
yeah,
very much thinking out loud here. It's Wendy's or Subway. Um, I'm gonna say I can get burgers at DQ, and I want to be able to travel in Europe and eat fast food if I need to. So I'm gonna take Subway.
okay, I like
It's
it.
just, it's literally just everywhere, and you always know what you're getting.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so, all right, so that wraps it up. Year
yeah.
5, to recap: Chick-fil-A, Panda Express, Culver's, Firehouse Subs, and Moe's. My 5: Taco Bell, Raising Cane's, DQ, Chipotle, and Subway. I
Hmm.
The only one that I can't speak to is Moe's. I've never had Moe's, which is probably the most
Mhm.
niche pick of any of our 10.
Yeah, probably.
Um, Looking at yours, the one I'm jealous of is Culver's. Also,
Yeah,
to some extent, Chick-fil-A and Firehouse, like those are also very good picks. I feel like because I have Raising Cane's, which is basically, it kind of fills my Chick-fil-A void. It doesn't quite have, like they don't quite have the shakes maybe and some of the
Mhm.
frosted lemonade. Like, and so for those reasons, I do give you the edge on the chicken
Mhm.
picks.
Sure,
Um,
sure.
and I have
Also,
Subway. Yeah.
yeah, Chick-fil-A probably a little bit more available. Like if
Yes,
you're looking
probably a
just
little bit.
from, yeah, than Cane's. Cane's still is a little like they're not nearly as niche as what they were. But
Yeah,
still, I mean, it's still kind of a fairly southeast thing. It's not just everywhere.
sure. Um, so yeah, those are the picks of yours that I would be a little jealous of.
Yeah.
What about on your side? Are there any that I got that you wish you would have gotten?
I like where you went later with the subway just because it's everywhere.
Mhm.
That's handy. It really is handy. Firehouse, the quality. Like I'm
Yeah.
going to be fine with Firehouse, and I'll
Yep.
be honest, I like my picks, like Chick-fil-A, Culver's. I'm fine with all of it. Moe's was kind of a bit of a reach. I think I reached on Moe's, but for me, it was either Moe's or something like Krispy Kreme. Like because I
Sure.
was trying to hit something else, like a different taste, right? And I really liked my first four picks very well. I could afford kind of a reach, and
Mhm.
so I did. I wish I had Chipotle though. I wish I had Chipotle instead of Moe's. Like I would swap those two
Mhm.
for sure.
I would say like if I'm critiquing your list for negatives, probably the one thing you might not have is that there might be some towns where you don't have any options.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
um yeah, which Chick-fil-A kind of might cover that for the most part for you. So yeah.
yeah. No, that's fair. There's a lot of towns like Chick-fil-A kind of stays out of smaller towns, so I pretty much have to be in a larger town, and
If you're
then I'll
traveling on
probably.
a Sunday, you might be screwed.
Well, yeah, Culver's open on Sundays, coming through for me every time.
Yeah,
Culver's, yeah.
there you go.
No, no, I like where I'm at. Yeah, I don't know that I'll actually win the vote. Like
Hmm.
I like my restaurants better. Like I feel like you might even like my restaurants better, but I feel like you'll win the vote simply because name recognition. And
Mine's a
you
little
have
more
maybe
mainstream, yeah.
right, you have a little bit more just like names that pop. Culver's fantastic, but still very like it's not everywhere. Culver's is still not everywhere.
I actually think you're going to win the vote just because of Chick-fil-A. Like everyone's going to see that, and that will
Yeah,
take precedence over everything else.
yeah,
if I know
yeah,
our voters.
yeah. Well, yeah, no, fair. You do have Subway and Taco Bell, which is
Mhm.
like yeah, everywhere, right? Like
Sure.
reaches out, yeah, a lot of spots. Nope, don't hate it. This has been fun. I think it's really fun. I need a
Yeah.
Culver's burger. Man, a good
Oh
frozen custard and butter burger would be fantastic right
man, stop it. Yeah, we don't have a Culver's super close to us, so
now.
yeah. But now I'll be looking for that specifically.
Yeah, right.